You don't need a mine. You just need to look down. Every day, people walk past stones worth hundreds, sometimes thousands, without a second glance. But gem hunters know something you don't. The world's real valuable gems aren't locked away in vaults or buried deep in the earth. They are hiding in plain sight, camouflaged as the ordinary. Some of these rocks are rarer than diamonds, and most folks have tossed them aside, thinking they were worthless. I'll give you the eyes of a prospector, a real rockhounding pro, and the secrets to spot what others miss. Let's start with the stone that fools even the sharpest eyes. It looks like a chunk of old concrete, dull and battered, the kind of thing you would kick aside on a gravel road. But crack it open, and you will find a world of color, bands of red, orange, and gold swirling like a storm frozen in stone. This is agate, nature's masterwork of patience and chemistry. Agates form when silica-rich water seeps into volcanic cavities, layer by layer, over millions of years. Each band is a record of ancient hydrothermal activity, a fingerprint of the Earth's restless heart. So how do you spot one? Look for stones with a waxy luster and subtle translucency. Hold them up to the sun, and you might see light glowing through the edges. The real giveaway is the banding, concentric rings, fortification patterns, or even mossy inclusions that look like tiny forests trapped in glass. Agate is hard. Scratch it with a steel knife, and the knife loses. Wet the surface, and the colors leap out. Most people walk past agates every day, but a single high-quality specimen can fetch $100, $300, even $500 if the pattern is rare or the colors are vivid. The best agates are like miniature landscapes. Collectors pay a premium for stones that look like sunsets, mountains, or even crashing waves. This is what nature hides from the impatient. But if you think agate is the only treasure hiding in plain sight, you are about to be proven wrong. Because sometimes, the most valuable stones are the ones that look the most ordinary. Imagine a rock so dull, so utterly unremarkable, it could pass for a chunk of dried mud. But break it open, and you will find a canvas of color. Deep reds, ochres, greens, and browns. Sometimes swirling, sometimes spotted, sometimes fractured, and re-cemented like a mosaic. This is jasper, the stone of 1,000 faces. Jasper forms when silica-rich fluids, laced with iron and other minerals, seep through sedimentary rocks or volcanic ash. Over time, these minerals paint the stone from within, creating patterns that rival any artist's brush. Here is how you spot jasper. It is always opaque. No light passes through, not even at the thinnest edge. The surface is smooth, sometimes waxy, sometimes dull, but never glassy. The colors are earthy, but the patterns can be wild. Look for brecciated fragments, scenic landscapes, or even orbs and spots. Jasper is hard, just like agate, and it laughs at a steel blade. Wet it, and the colors deepen, revealing hidden details. The real secret? Some of the most valuable jaspers are found in the most mundane places. Creek beds, gravel bars, even the stones used to pave driveways. Picture jasper with its landscape scenes. It can command $200, $300, sometimes $500 for a single polished slab. The right piece is a passport to the collector's market. This is the stone that rewards those who look twice. But what if I told you that some of the oldest treasures on Earth are hiding in the bones of ancient forests? You see, not all fortunes glitter. Some are disguised as the ghosts of trees, petrified by time and mineral. Petrified wood is the fossilized memory of a world long vanished. It starts as a fallen tree, buried in volcanic ash or sediment, cut off from decay. Over millennia, groundwater rich in silica or other minerals seeps in, replacing each cell with stone often quartz, sometimes opal, sometimes jasper. The result is a perfect stone replica, down to the growth rings, bark, and even microscopic structure. To spot petrified wood, look for pieces that seem too heavy for their size. Stone masquerading as timber. Examine the surface. Do you see growth rings, grain, or even bark texture? That is your clue. The colors can be wild: reds from iron, yellows from manganese, blacks from carbon, even blues and greens if copper or chromium got involved. Petrified wood is hard, dense, and often takes a polish that rivals marble. Most creek finds are modest, but a large, colorful, well-preserved piece can bring value of $100, $300, and sometimes $500 or more, especially if it is agatized or jasperized, or if it comes from a famous locality like Arizona or Madagascar. This is the patience of the earth turned to stone. And if you are starting to feel the thrill, now is the time to subscribe, because the next stones are the ones most people never even think to look for, and they are hiding in the most unlikely places. Let's talk about the rock that looks like a potato, but cracks open to reveal a cathedral. Geodes are the ultimate ugly ducklings. On the outside, they are lumpy, gray, and utterly forgettable. Just another round stone in a creek or driveway. But inside, a hollow chamber lined with crystals, quartz, amethyst, calcite, sparkling like a secret treasure vault. Geodes form when gas bubbles in volcanic or sedimentary rocks get filled with mineral-rich water. Over time, the minerals crystallize inward, building a hidden world that only a hammer can reveal. How do you find a geode? Look for round or egg-shaped stones with a bumpy, cauliflower-like surface. They are lighter than they look. Pick one up and it might feel hollow. Sometimes, if you shake it, you will hear crystals rattling inside. The only way to be sure is to crack it open, but the payoff can be spectacular. Common quartz geodes sell for $10 or $20, but a large, well-formed geode with amethyst or rare minerals can fetch $100, $300, even $500 if the crystals are perfect. The best geodes are like miniature cathedrals, nature's own jewelry box, sealed for millions of years. This is the reward for those who trust their instincts. But if you think all the treasures are hidden inside, wait until you see what the river leaves behind. Garnet is the prospector's secret, small, dense, and often blood red. These crystals are the survivors of ancient mountains, weathered out of metamorphic rocks and concentrated by water. Most people mistake them for bits of broken glass or rusty gravel, but a trained eye knows better. Garnets form deep underground under crushing pressure and heat, then ride the rivers to rest in creek beds and gravel bars. To find garnet, look for deep red, glassy grains or rounded crystals, often mixed with black sand or heavy minerals. They are hard, they scratch glass with ease, and they are dense, sinking to the bottom of your pan. Sometimes you will find them as tiny gems, other times as larger crystals, even suitable for jewelry. Most creek garnets are worth $10 or $20, but a large, clear, well-formed stone can bring $100, $300, even $500 if it is gem quality. The real secret? Garnet is the stone that rewards patience and a sharp eye. Most people never notice it, even when it is right underfoot. This is proof that fortune favors the observant. But what if I told you the most valuable stone of all is the one you have probably thrown away 100 times? Let me tell you a story. In 2019, a retired school teacher in Indiana was walking her dog along a gravel driveway. She picked up a lumpy, gray rock, just something to toss for the dog. When it broke open, she found a geode lined with deep purple amethyst crystals. That stone sold for $1,200 at auction, and the buyer called it the best find outside a mine in a decade. Stories like this are not rare, they are just rarely recognized. The difference between a doorstop and a fortune is knowledge. So how do you test these stones at home? Here's the prospector's toolkit. First, the scratch test. Agate, jasper, petrified wood, and garnet all have a hardness of 6.5 to 7. They will scratch glass, but a steel knife will not scratch them. For agate, hold it up to the light. If it is translucent, you are on the right track. Jasper is always opaque. Petrified wood, look for wood grain, rings, or bark texture. Use a hand lens if you have one. Geodes are lighter than they look, and sometimes rattle when shaken. Garnet is dense and glassy, often found in the heavy mineral concentrate at the bottom of a gold pan. Want to go deeper? Try a UV flashlight. Some petrified wood fluoresces, revealing hidden patterns. And always check the weight. A stone that feels heavier than it should might be more than just a rock. Remember, the most shocking fortunes are the ones hiding in plain sight. That amethyst geode, that banded agate, that blood-red garnet. They are all waiting for someone who knows what to look for. You now possess the knowledge of a PRO for your next walk in your driveway.